Hello there and welcome to the Web News with our pick of the stories making the online headlines. Coming up on today's show, the victim of a motorcycle accident who's inspiring web users in France. Campaigning for the right to civil marriage in Lebanon. And a hobbit cycling around New Zealand. On March 21st, 2014, Manon Slomkowski was in a very serious motorcycle accident in the Parisian suburbs. It damaged the collection of nerves around her shoulder called the brachial plexus, resulting in a loss of movement in her left arm. So she now has to overcome all manner of obstacles on a daily basis. She decided to share the day-to-day challenges she faces by putting together this short video, which she posted to Facebook. It's since been widely circulated online, with web users moved and inspired by Manon's story. She uploaded the clip to Facebook on March the 1st and it's since been viewed over 4,200,000 times. Thousands have praised Manon, commenting on how brave she's been to share her story in such a way. Web users are also saying she is an example to anyone who's struggling to live with a disability. But although Manon Slomkowski shared the video to show others how the accident had impacted her everyday life, she also hopes it will raise awareness among road users and motorcyclists in particular. She urges them to drive safely and to respect speed limits, so they don't one day find themselves in a similar situation to hers. Hundreds gathered in Beirut on Sunday, campaigning for the right to civil marriage. Despite a few rare exceptions and promises made by the head of the Lebanese government, Nuhad Mashnouk, non-religious unions have yet to be officially legalized and recognized in Lebanon. Activists say the government is stalling and have taken to the streets and to the web to demand action. Many have been posting on social media platforms, reaching out to their political representatives directly, urging them to move forward on reforms to matrimonial law. Some are also calling for the resignation of the Prime Minister. These web users, for example, say he hasn't honoured his promises and should step down at the earliest possible opportunity. Other activists want this exit from the confessional system to encompass all aspects of the social system and not just marriage. There are scores of messages calling for a secular state in Lebanon, where all citizens have equal rights, regardless of their religious affiliation. Lebanese couple Nidal Darwish and Kholoud Soukarieh have shown there is indeed hope for change. In January 2013, they became the first couple in the history of Lebanon and the Arab world to get a non-religious marriage ratified in their home country. They also chose to register their child without any religious affiliation, a move widely praised online at the time, even drawing support from, in the form of a tweet, the president of Lebanon himself. Tributes have been pouring in online following the announcement earlier on this week that Taylor Taylor, the co-creator of the famous French children cartoon series Barba Papa, had died in Paris on February 19th. Web users the world over have shared their sorrow at his passing, and as we can see here, have been paying their respects with drawings inspired by Taylor's work. Rwanda has the world's highest female representation in parliament, with 64% of seats held by women. This infographic was put together by theworldweekly.com and looks at gender inequality across the globe. We also learned, for example, that 62 million girls in the world do not go to school. And the problem is particularly prevalent in African countries, where girls have less than a 50% chance of completing primary school. American artist Carter Azman uses his coffee cup stains as a starting point for all sorts of imaginative creations, turning them into tyres, for example, or wheels. Then there's a camera lens and also a light bulb. You can take a look at this original collection of illustrations on the artist's Tumblr blog. So what do hobbits, those creatures from the Lord of the Rings universe, get up to when they have a bit of free time? Well, according to YouTube regular Devin Supertramp, they leave the Shire for a spot of mountain biking around New Zealand. You can see them in action in this video available on Devin Supertramp's YouTube channel.